Which clip are you talking about, Bobby? Yeah, Cringefield continues. Although the beginning of the Watchtower is super interesting, I think once I finish this, I'm going to do the Watchtower stuff. The 7 Days to Die one? Where I'm wearing the fish hat and my microphone's way worse than it currently is now. If that's what it is, I have honestly no idea whatsoever. Yeah, like jump up on a box and I just die. I have no idea. I never bothered analyzing it, to be honest. The game has jank. It's just life. I figured out how to make it so that when I alt tab out of Starfield, the audio continues to play, so that's cool. Yeah, the jankiest of jank. I will take any ammo that isn't nailed down, for sure. There's a lot of games that are fun that have a lot of bugs.
'Cause I'll finish it.
Lady, I will steal literally all your stuff. Like, just do that.
I hope that was worth the risk.
It was 100% worth the risk.
Here to upgrade that ship of yours?
Jank?
All right, let's get
That has a lot of different
Did you
meanings.
get the Earth Savior Award, or am I gonna be very?
That's one of the biggest problems with working out. The calluses just aren't pleasant. Here we go.
Well, look at that. You followed my directions, and now you're gonna end up with some credits in your pocket. That about does it then. Hell of a deal for both of us, I'd say. Anyway, here's your cash.
Thank is an awful
Pick
word.
this up, and I might even start respecting you. All right, Fleet. We've all got work to do, so let's get to it.
Mm-hmm.
You've got stuff to smuggle. I've got the stuff to hide it.
At some point, I do need to upgrade my ship.
Sure. I bet you would.
This thing is a monstrosity. What do I even have on me right now? Nothing exciting? Okay. Nice view. My paranoia level would be huge, to be honest. Being on a station like this. I love how unsafe my ship is. It's like, ah!
If you have any orders, I'm ready to receive them. Just let me get my
That's not how you spell that in French, Bobby. Oh, jank ne sais quoi. Je ne sais quoi. Jank ne sais quoi.
As the hero of Vectera,
Sure.
you need your own comic book. Your own
I need my own comic book. Hell yeah.
theme song. We have got to make this happen.
I don't know if the K sound is that prevalent in French.
People say I need more hobbies.
Oh God, this is so creepy. Alright, let's just bounce on back. I guess the problem is I just can't jump far enough because I haven't sunk any money into my ship yet. I got 70,000 credits. Like, maybe...
We've detached. Let's get out of here.
Out of fuel range, yeah. Can I literally not make the first jump? Is that the issue? Oh my god. Ah! Why am I so impoverished? Okay. Is there... Got a lark, that's fine. I'm gonna go with the more entertaining Abid. Your Habibi.
Nice jump. We're right on target.
Lovely. It's an extreme environment. Extreme. Menu field.
Grav jump complete.
Good. It shouldn't work.
Navigational feedback checks out. We're in the right place. Green lights on.
You're playing digital hooky.
We're docked.
Shame the United Colonies built such an impressive ship for battle, instead of using it for exploration.
Excuse me.
Nice work on the siren.
So I heard there was a bit of excitement on the Siren of the Stars. Your handiwork, I assume?
Perfect. I was able to successfully steal the Galbank credentials.
Yes. And I heard there were no casualties. Excellent work.
Except for the eclectic hit squad that you took down at the archives. You've taken care of that mess, by the way.
That wasn't my fault.
Speaking of which, I assume you copied the information from the Galbank's computers. Let me see what you got. So the legacy went down at Bannock 4. Bannock 4. Why does that sound familiar, Doctor?
Give it time.
Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant, sir. There isn't a ship in the fleet that could safely get near that type of world.
Delgado will figure it out.
It sounds like you admire that lunatic.
He's kept ahead of SysDef.
He's kept ahead of us by murdering our past informants, so if you admire someone like that, maybe we picked the wrong person for the job.
Whoa,
That's
settle
enough,
down.
Lieutenant. Even if Delgado has an immediate solution to the EM problem, there's still the matter of tracing the legacy's transponder signal.
I think something called a comm spike will solve that problem.
They have information about the comm spike? Damn it.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that device, sir.
No, you shouldn't be familiar with it. It's a highly classified project. It's an advanced signal decryption and tracking device that the UC Navy's been working on for years. hell did the Crimson Fleet find out about that?
There must be an information leak somewhere, sir. It's the only thing that makes sense. I'll see what I can find out.
Fine. This is what we're going to do. You keep playing along and go after the comm spike. Lieutenant Toft and I will see what we can find out about Bannock 4.
Getting hungry? When I used to play real games, is your notion of real games Monster Hunter Wilds? And that's basically it. I'll report back with any evidence that I recover. Go eat.
Perfect. Just stick with the plan and we'll see who gets to Krix's legacy first.
I'm a multifaceted individual, Tex. I can't just play one game. I've got to play several at the same time. Games you like? Is Monster Hunter Wilds the only game I play that you like? Is that it? I need 2 more successes? Stupid. Okay. Yeah, I got you some more junk.
What can I do for you?
I have evidence for you.
Good. The more you find, the stronger our case.
Got this piece of information on a certain Galbank employee who was aboard the Siren of the Stars.
Are you kidding me? Dombrowski was already making a 6-figure salary, and yet he couldn't resist starting an embezzlement scheme. It makes me sick. It's gonna be an absolute pleasure to throw his butt in prison. Find anything else?
That's all I got.
Okay, fine. We'll be here if you need us.
Valheim. Game gives me PTSD half the time. I can't jump. I should just make a better ship. What do you think? Just throw a whole bunch of Deimos crap on something.
Know when you're ready to launch.
I'm the best around. Yeah, so why can't I go back into it? Ugh. Ugh. I can't travel while my ship is docked. We'll just
We're free and clear for...
just do it.
Flight. Grav drive spinning down. Systems green.
Exciting. Oh, that's a big gravity void. Holy crap. Is there literally just that one planet here? I guess I could just land on it. What the hell is that all about? Some rando landing spot.
Touching down.
You can explore all the craters you want. Negative 191 degrees. Holy balls. That is cold. No idea what that is, but we'll go check it out. It's water. Sick. Who's coming to visit? I can guarantee you they're not being the friendly sort. Wow, there's all kinds of friends here. Am I experiencing Omega Frostbite again? I am. Hello? Anybody home? It's a Watchtower Corvette. Interesting. Toilet paper. I appreciate. The pooper's right there. Wait, what the hell? It's literally just this tiny little thing here. I guess it makes sense. Guess we'll stealth around. See what kind of trouble we can get into. Is there nobody on this ship at all? It just landed here? Why? Okay, this must be some quest thing. I don't get it. I thought another ship landed. Once you get enough boost skills and you get to a place with low enough gravity, you can almost exit the planet. Some sort of cave. Covered crater. Somebody doing some mining here? Aluminum? Okay, kind of pointless. Say hi to the next ship and then get off this rock. Holy crap. This looks like another watchtower ship. What's the point? Such a weird looking craft too. There's nothing in these things. What's even the point? I can make distilled water. Hell yeah. Why are unmanned craft just landing everywhere anyway? This game sucks. Okay. Can't fast travel from here. All right.
Nice clean dock, Captain.
I thought so.
Jazz, what do you got?
According to the latest, the comm spike is being developed at UC Star Station SY920. Location undisclosed.
Fantastic. So how do we disclose it?
We could lean on your smuggling contact. Call in that favor. You know who I mean.
Our friend on Jimson. Nice one, Jazz. I'll make the arrangements. All right, Rook. Next stop, New Atlantis. Your connection is Juan Dayu. She's got most of the premium UC smuggling routes locked down tight. If you don't piss her off, she should be able to sneak you past SY920's security.
Just remember to count your fingers after you shake hands with her.
Don't worry. We know how to deal with her type.
Hello, Ramir. Sounds like she'll be useful.
I sure hope so. Because she might be our only crack at finding a decent decryption device. Once Juan gets you past the guard dogs, it's gonna be on you to locate the comm spike. According to the data we have, it's in the prototype phase, meaning there should only be a single device aboard the station.
Basically, you break it, you bought it.
Any clue what the device looks like?
Unfortunately, I have no idea. Like Neva said, it's a prototype, so it could look like anything. Once you're inside SY-920 and you're behind their firewalls, you should pick through their computer system. With any luck, it'll point you the right way.
Oh, and one more thing. SY-920 is a UC military installation. That means it's guarded by heavily armed troops. And we both know those idiots don't mess around.
I just got back from my own walk.
If you intend to turn the place into a shooting gallery, you might want to be sure you're hauling an arsenal, because you're gonna need it.
How will Juan get me inside the station?
She's got the clout to get you in the front door. They're gonna think you're part of a regular supply delivery. Beyond that, you and Juan are gonna have to put your heads together and come up with a plan.
Understood.
Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Okay, so I'm gonna arrange a meeting with Juan at Kay's place in the well. In the meantime, I'll make sure Jazz comes up with a solution to the electromagnetic atmosphere problem at Bannock 4.
Okay, you'll make sure.
Oh, dog on dog
While I
action.
get drunk while Jazz does all the hard work.
You were walking doggy style.
Privileges of rank, my darling. We'll discuss it a little later. And you, get the hell out of here. And don't come back without that comm spike in your cargo bay.
What can you tell me about Juan?
The Crimson Fleet made contact with her about a year ago. We were searching for a smuggling connection in UC space, and her name kept popping up repeatedly, so I decided to put her to the test. Not only did she pass, but the results were off the charts. Made us both a ton of credits. That was good enough for me. Beyond that, I don't know much about her. But hey, as long as she keeps my gal bank account humming, she can keep all the secrets she wants.
How convenient. If Juan asks why we need the comm spike, what do I tell her?
I'm gonna leave that up to you, Rook. If you get into deep trouble and you think bringing her into the fold is gonna make the difference, tell her whatever you want. At some point, Delgado's gonna be promising everyone their cut of Crix's legacy. If we want him to stick with the fleet, it's inevitable. But until the money's within reach, the less people that know, the better. Hit me up if you got questions.
I don't have any questions. Let's roll.
While we're here, let's swing by Centaurian so I can pick up some ammo.
Nice day for a picnic.
A universe of leisure. It was 12 degrees Celsius today. Yesterday was 27. The weather's all over the place.
You know, I went to chef school. This ain't exactly where I saw myself.
Always nice to see a fresh face around here. You stop in whenever you'd like.
Sweet.
So, when did you stop flying the Swan anyway?
When the cargo became more valuable than the ship.
True.
Everyone's
The
welcome,
fleet's got
so
us
long
real
as you
busy
keep your
these
hands
days,
to yourself.
and we are making good money
Understand?
smuggling all this contraband.
No causing trouble.
But if any time was the right
Shepherd's
time to
pie.
take,
Hey, there's still work to do. I need to check with my contacts at the spaceport and find out what guards are on rotation when we leave port. Then it's back to the key to make sure Delgado gets his cut, and to make sure he hasn't cut us out. I worry sometimes that being in New Atlantis, we're missing out on the big scores. I know that old dog has something big planned. I can feel it.
sheesh, that is a lot to think about. And here I thought the pirate life was carefree.
Maybe for some people, but that's not how I work.
Well, you feel free to plan our next moves from now to the new year. I'm all about living in the present and being where your feet are.
That's fine. Just make sure to wipe those feet before boarding my ship.
We should steal our credits too. Well, I guess I could have been a little less theft-centric on that one, but sure. Oh. Unlabeled cred sticks. Don't mind if I do.
Kay's food is as close to home cooking as you'll find around here.
I take it you're Neva's new recruit?
You must be the smuggler.
Careful, the walls have ears. SY-920 is one of my regular stops, so I already have the necessary approvals. Neva says you're after a piece of UC tech. So to get it, we're going to need to get you on board. I can do that, but I have conditions.
Let's hear them.
Good. If I can be candid, for this job to work, we'll have to do this my way. We take my ship, and you're a member of my crew. But make no mistake, once you board, the risk is entirely yours. This route is highly lucrative, and sacrificing it is not an option.
Got it.
Good. Then we have a deal. In any case, when you're ready, meet me at my ship. It's the Jade Swan. And make sure you're prepared for the long haul. Once you're on board SY-920, you can't come and go as you please.
How often do you dock at this station?
Enough to be on a first-name basis with the Marines working the comms. It also helps they want us to dock. A cargo ship means supplies, special requests, slates from home. In the void of space, a cargo hauler is a soldier's best friend.
I like to know who I'm working with. Can you tell me about yourself?
I'd like to, but I need to keep a low profile. In my experience, the more people know about you, the more they have over you. We'll talk more on the ship.
Whatever. All right. Wait, is her ship actually in the well? I guess not. All right. Makes my life a little bit less annoying. That's one big ship.
Okay. Hello.
All right. How do I get up there? Excuse me. Holy crap. Nearly exploded there.
Excuse me.
It's like a workout area.
As long as the credits keep rolling in, life's good.
Man, the layout of the ship is a thing. For sure.
Howdy.
All right, a few things to note. When we get to the checkpoint, UC military will be hailing us. Let me do the talking. Pretend you're a piece of cargo if you have to.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Of course, I don't expect it to be.
Rest assured, Delgado put us on this job for a reason. We're professionals.
Well, that might say more about the rest of his goons than it does you, but point taken. Now, like I said before, once we take off, there's no turning back until this job is done. If you need to take care of anything before we leave, do it. If you want to ask me any other questions, go for it.
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, then get comfortable. We leave for SY-920 immediately.
All crew prepare for takeoff. Routing power to engine and grab drive. All systems go.
We'll graph jump the SY-920 from here. Don't worry about your personal ship. The fleet will make sure it's secure. You can take this time to prepare. Just try not to bother my pilot while they're flying.
Don't worry, Captain. I've spent half my life walking and chewing gum at the same time. I can handle a little banter.
Sounds like you're putting in a request for double duty.
Captain, I retract my earlier statement. For the record, I don't even like gum.
Noted. Just get us there safe.
Roger that.
Shouldn't you be looking forward, buddy?
You've entered secure UC military space. Identify yourself or you will be considered hostile.
This is Captain Huan Daiyu,
Yes.
cargo class ship ID UC-7938, requesting permission to dock.
Identity confirmed. Prepare your ship for scanning. You're cleared to dock in docking bay 2.
Looks like we're clear. We'll talk more once we're docked.
Hey. Hello.
So why did the ship flip upside down? This makes no sense, but okay. Can I just take stuff from the locker? Okay. Doesn't make any sense, but sure, why the heck not? Perfect.
Okay, we're in. First things first. The station is enormous, with checkpoints everywhere. To get past them, you'll need a military uniform. And to get a uniform, you'll need to get to the barracks. There should be a way through the vents. You can get to them via the maintenance store downstairs. There's an intercom there as well, where we can make contact. Once you get a uniform, it should be fairly easy to find an elevator to the command bay. But if at any point your cover's blown, I'm gone.
Don't worry, they won't suspect a thing.
I would hope not. But if they do, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Either way, for now, get on that station and find that intercom. We'll talk more then.
Hello.
How do I Get off this ship. Perfect. All right. This should be an absolute disaster.
You with the Jade Swan? Loading and unloading only. Stay clear of the military barracks.
Okay. Straight to the barracks. If I do that, it's problematic, isn't it? One of these UC battle packs. Oh, it's a sweet roll. Hell yeah. Just ate everybody's lunch, I think.
Hope you're ready to die.
I just got seen through that vent. Are you serious? Hopefully nobody needs to take a poop while I'm here. Hello, Bobby. Diet Dr. Pepper and 8 fiber pills. Holy crap. Can I wear my other equipment while I'm at it? Interesting. So I need the right key card to go with this.
The Marines on this station are some of the best in the galaxy.
Sweet. 2 dates for Darla 4. Oh, laser love. Too much romance. Alright. See what we can do. Okay. So how do I hedge against the inevitable getting caught and having to talk my way out of it thing? How many drugs do I have anyway? I've got that HIPAA stuff, right? 5 minutes. Okay. No, Starfield does have addiction. How's life, Faro? Have you figured out your conundrum yet? Okay. I don't think this works. Yeah, it definitely does not. I think the only option I've got is like this, and then use this one. I could do this. But then that doesn't work, does it? Fake my death? I just need a box. And I can sneak on by. Oh boy.
This is Captain Huan Daiyu.
Juan, it's me. I could use some advice here.
I don't know what you do without me.
Just been watching a Mecha Bellum tournament.
If you found a uniform,
Interesting.
put it on, they'll provide some cover. Don't know what you're after, but I'm guessing there'll be another checkpoint. This far down, you might need a clearance code.
Don't need access if I use the vents and station architecture.
We are of the same mind. No talking, no combat, and no trace.
You been enjoying it, Faro? I like watching StarCraft 2 every now and then, even though I don't actually play it.
Look for a maintenance area that should open a path to the archival computers.
Oh.
Going dark for now. We'll talk again once you've located your target.
Hmm.
Well, you better hurry. You know what they say, Marine. If you're 15 minutes early, you're still 10 minutes late.
Yeah, maybe you can make a thing of it. Start recording it for YouTube. I don't know how big the community is for Mecha Bellum, but if they can afford to make tournaments, then that'd be something. A small community. This RTS really hasn't been mainstream ever. Do I need to worry about this person? Hmm. Is it just a simultaneous reveal of what's going on that adds the strategy to it? I mean, the AI thing would be an interesting project, but like, how do you do anything with it? You just copy it, kind of like how people use chess engines to get better. Mm-hmm.
If you aren't assigned to this level, Ensign, you need to leave. If you don't belong here, you need to get back to your post, Ensign. I won't ask again.
How are the tests for the comms going? Dr. Vogel has put in a request for more personnel. It seems there was an accident. It's always something.
Clearance code. It sounds like it's going to be important. 2, 3, 4. Hmm. Okay, that'll work. Wait, whose clothing am I wearing? Zed guy?
Not to change the subject, but
Zeremi's?
are we concerned about the potential leak?
So ZX321D?
No. Until you...
Holy poop. That's a thing. It looks like there isn't an option other than using one of these twos. So I need 6 total. Probably one of these at a minimum. Oops. I feel like that was a mistake. Should be more like this. That's not even true either. Boo. Okay. Okay, so I got more than enough singles to sort this out.
To provide more substantial proof, we'll simply monitor the situation at the cargo bay. For now, I've recommended to Dr. Vogel to contact me
I
immediately.
don't recognize your face, Ensign. You? Stop right there, Ensign. All right, Ensign. Why aren't you at your post? Who's your commanding officer? Only authorized personnel are allowed here.
I report directly to Commander Natara.
Only senior officers report to the commander. Something doesn't seem right.
Look, everything's fine. Nothing to worry about.
I'll be the judge of that.
Do you even know who I am? Because if you did, we wouldn't be having this argument.
You think that's gonna work on me?
Damn it. I'm getting tired of your attitude.
You know what? You're wasting my time. You're clearly not authorized to be here. Which can only mean you're an intruder, and we shoot intruders on sight.
What are the chances?
No. Until you can provide more substantial proof, we'll simply
Whatever.
monitor the situation at the cargo bay. For now, I've
All my drugs wore off at like the last second. That's unfortunate. I didn't even notice. Oh well, just got to become more of a drug user, I guess. Eat some cereal. Oh. Slam more of this Hippolyta stuff. Just gonna double check that key code thing. ZX321D. Okay.
Daiyu here. Cargo's almost unloaded. We'll be departing shortly.
You're not going anywhere without me.
Sorry, but the situation calls for it. That being said, I can stay in orbit for a short while. I'll need to send word to Delgado anyway, if you don't get off that station. But it looks like you'll need to find your own way off the ship. That doesn't mean you're trapped. On a station this big, there are bound to be other vessels you can steal. As a member of the Crimson Fleet, I trust you can handle that.
Don't worry about me. I'm the best there is.
I like the confidence. Either way, you're going to get your chance to prove it. Good luck. If you make it out alive, next time you're at the Nova, I'll buy you a drink.
We'll be back in a moment. Okay. Nice of Sarah to take a break.
I've flown a Discovery class, but I'm
I should stop letting my career define my self-worth. A project like 90 Days.
Intercepting transponder data in the Alpha system might be promising. According to autocorrelation models, results in risk increased by a magnitude of 2. But we want to tell Commander Natar. She doesn't.
Let's crack this open. Sure. Nothing useful.
You learn to pick up. You know what? On second thought, I don't want to know.
Can you talk to the commander? Get me reinstated? Natara's doing you a favor, Marcine. Would you prefer to court-martial? Dishonorable discharge? Because all of that was on the table. I would have preferred things to remain as they were, so I made a mistake. But my work on the Comspike was and is irrelevant. Dr. Vogel will do just fine without you. Besides, we both know the only reason you were on that project was to bloat the budget so we could embezzle the creds. And to that end, your share of the funds should be transferred to your GalBank account shortly. What am I supposed
It's a ship.
to say to that? Those funds are the reason I don't have a job. You can start by saying thank you. Hell, I even warned you not to poke the bear. Commander Natara,
Damn it. I do fail the 90%. By getting the 10%. Oh my gosh, what's the statistical chance of that one?
Aaron was right. I should have never
you? Why are you in here?
Yeah,
Did not see the sign.
up. Yeah. Royally. Hey, but you want my advice? On some planet at the edge of the galaxy where you can
Sign? What sign?
lean back in your mouth, really shut feet in the sand.
The sign outside that says no visitors. Wait,
Stop with the sad puppy
did
dog
they
face
not put
too.
that? I requested it ages ago, but
what
not
kind of face am I
surprisingly,
supposed to have?
ever since Commander Natara took over, the priorities have changed.
You the person in charge of Project UCE 86?
Oh yes, I've been studying decryption of all types for quite a long time. Probably since before you took your first crab jump. Signal protocol, quantum ratchet symmetry, interleaving data extrapolation. You name it, I've lectured on it. I've probably forgotten half of it, but I definitely knew it once.
I'm doing a routine check of the comm spike. I need access to the device.
Don't you mean access to the ship? Because the comm spike isn't a device, it's a module. It's attached to a prototype in one of our docking ports. We're still in the testing phase, running decryptions across a variety of signal types, but the results so far have been very promising. It can even interpolate signal data lost in the retrieval. It really is a wondrous technology.
Decryption on that level has vast military applications. No wonder the UC is interested in it.
Yes, it's not quite cracking the Enigma code, but it will give us a significant tactical advantage. We'll be able to infer everything from battle plans to meal consumption. Not that we'd care about that sort of thing, outside of the effects of diet on combat readiness. And yes, there are certain kinks to be worked out, missing parts and the occasional traumatic injury here and there, but it's all part of the adventure.
I'd be a good pilot. I love adventure.
Yes, it's not the destination, but the journey that matters, particularly when the destination is death. But don't worry. We've corrected the problem with the ship's life support systems, and statistical models show a failure rate of less than 2%. In short, I've requested a full squadron of these brave and fearless Marines to be transferred to the station. They'll give the prototype a final run, and provided there are minimal casualties, we can present our findings to MAST.
I'm one of those new test pilots, actually.
Splendid. That was fast. I thought I put in the request this morning. Normally my requests aren't given this much attention, let alone haste. It seems a tad suspicious.
The reasons are classified, but I've been asked to personally fly this ship.
Classified? I'm the head of the Spike project. I would have gotten word of this ahead of time.
The commander said my documents were in order.
Commander Natara, you say? Oh, well, we don't want to make her angry. She's terrifying.
If I weren't a pilot, I wouldn't have gotten past all of these checkpoints.
True. And Commander Natara's checkpoints are very thorough. Too thorough, if you ask me, not that anyone does.
We don't have time for this. I was told this was an emergency.
You're right. We do need to hurry if we're going to have this module ready in time. All right, you've convinced me. You're the new test pilot. You'll need a uniform and a terminal password to authorize a flight and get past Natara's cumbersome checkpoints. The uniform you can get in the locker room area, the password you get from me. You'll find the prototype ship at Docking Bay 8. Use the password to access the flight terminals in the control center. And of course, best of luck. You are doing science a great service by undertaking this sacrifice.
Huh. What a scumbag. All right. I am ready, I guess. Such a weird looking test suit.
Pilot.
You'll find the prototype ship at Docking Bay 8. Use the password to access the flight.
So, what's this big project you're working on?
Guess I can just casually walk along.
Reporting for duty, pilot?
I'm expected. Dr. Vogel gave the approval.
Another test flight, huh? You pilots are braver than me. You're clear to pass. Don't forget to schedule the flight in the control center.
So I'll go and schedule it. What else can I find in here? Does it even matter? Yeah, screw it. I didn't even need that thorough. Let's roll. I will, however, schedule the flight.
It's tough not seeing any.
Yeah. I am now authorized. Hell yeah.
Action, but securing a station like this is a pretty important duty.
Can I just crack this thing open in front of people? Apparently this is fine. I need 7. So we could do Something like this. Yeah, okay. Gonna work fine. May as well use one of these. Can't hurt. Lots of leftovers.
Nicely done.
Yeah, apparently nobody cares if you just
Change in leadership, security's been beefed up.
crack things open.
Checkpoints have checkpoints.
There are so many. Wait, what is that? Not as interesting as I thought it might be.
There's rumors Commander Natara was brought on to investigate the old commander. 2 weeks later, she...
Nice casual exit. Ugh. The design of these ships these days. Nothing but pure danger. So let's see what loot is on this thing. Where is... There's nothing on the hold. Okay.
Prototype ship, you are cleared for takeoff. We'll begin the test on your departure.
Why not?
Recording test flight data. Please adhere to the scheduled flight plan and let us...
See you around, nerds.
have any issues.
Switching over to standard engines.
Yeah. It just doesn't compare.
Docking complete. It's so satisfying seeing the hatches.
Well, well, well. Welcome back, Rook.
I don't care, Jazz.
Every time I see Radley smile, I want to...
Got mixed feelings about my last job.
Certainly. Let's talk about something else.
Nice to know Neva was right about you. It's good to have a promising rookie with the fleet.
I couldn't have done it without you.
I won't deny I helped. Let's hope the compensation reflects that, huh? Anyway, I believe I owe you a drink. It's the last time I'm paying, of course. Because if Delgado's right about Crix's legacy, you've earned more than your fair share already with that comm spike.
Crix's legacy is as good as ours.
Sounds like you're on board as a true believer. I have to admit, the way things are going, I'm starting to believe myself.
Discovering Crix's legacy would solve one of the settled system's great mysteries. Oh, I'm as curious and excited as anyone to see what we'll find.
Anyway, I've kept you long enough. Now that you've had your drink and my debt is paid, it's time for you to give Delgado the good news.
How nice.
I'm dying
interesting. Exposed wires here, a little rust there. What a unique way to decorate.
I should take on a competitive game at some point. Clearly, a League of Legends is where I should begin.
Jasmine tells me that you not only brought us the Comspike, but an entire prototype UC ship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm impressed, Rook. Very impressed.
Spike was built in the ship, so I didn't really have a choice.
Should have taken the compliment, Rook. Dale doesn't give those out often. Juan gave us the full rundown of your little smash and grab operation. She gave you some really high praise. Said you were a pro.
And from what I hear, receiving praise from Juan Dayu is quite an accomplishment. All in all, a job well done. Now, on to the business at hand. Jasmine, are you there?
Yep, I'm here, boss. What's up?
How's it going?
I already have 2 of my crew tearing the ship apart from one end to the other. Comspike shouldn't be too tough to extract. I'm looking forward to seeing what those UC techs have been up to.
Keep me posted. All right. That leaves our electromagnetic atmosphere problem. And I think we've discovered a solution. There's a corporation in the city of Neon called Generdyne. They're responsible for the massive conduction grid that powers the city. We get our hands on their electrical absorption tech, and Jasmine swears she can tame it to handle Bannock 4.
I'm going to Neon. I have faith that Jazz can get that tech to work.
You damn right she can. My girl can piece together a jump engine with her eyes shut. Literally, I've seen her do it. Lost good money on that bet.
All right, let's not get carried away, Neva. Now, why don't you give us the info on our Neon contact?
You get to meet up with the lovely Estelle Vincent. She's had her deft little fingers on the pulse of Neon for some time now. Whatever info you need, I guarantee she can get.
Estelle is one of the most reliable captains we have in the fleet. If I want something done, there's none of the typical bullshit. It gets done, and afterward, we all split the cash.
I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
No. There is no getting along here. You are going to do everything she asks. Follow her instructions to the letter. She is valuable to the fleet. You piss her off and we lose her as a contact, you're going to be answering to me.
Understood. We'll do our best to remain on her good side.
Never mind her good side. You'd be better off appealing to her bank account. That is what drives her.
Estelle will be waiting at Madame Savage's place. I'd say don't keep her waiting, but chances are she won't mind. Girl loves her liquor.
And keep your eyes on the prize. Neon's one big distraction for people like us, so I want you focused. We are one step away from Crix's legacy, and we cannot afford any screw-ups.
Okay. Well, off we go, I guess. Out of range, as per usual. Okay. Maybe I should just make a new ship. How much cash do I have? 90,000? Is that enough? Ugh. Pretty sure I went the wrong way. I am kind of lost. You're right. You gotta go down. Right. I remember now.
Options here.
Weapons,
Don't
ammo,
put up with
mods.
any shit.
Take your pick.
Let's get rid of this whole pilot suit thing.
Not from the rooks.
All right. See you around. Please tell me you know exactly. Just make it quick.
He has a little bit of money, so that'll be good enough, at least in the near term. And then we can get rid of these cryo mines. I can probably think about selling some of these things because I will probably never actually use them.
Oh, bye, I guess.
We may not have official security on the key, but we're always looking out for traitors.
Where is Jazz anyway?
Here to upgrade. You've got stuff to smuggle. I've got the stuff to hide it. Sure. It's not like I'm busy. I've got plenty of good.
Crimson Fleet, Phantoms, and Ghosts are pretty good. $70,000 though.
Anything ship related, you're at the right place. No, but sure.
Prison shuttle has like 0 anything. I guess I could just strap some helium on this. It's not like I care that much. Do I even have the room for it though? Just go with the Titans and see if we can find some space to put this on. Somehow I doubt this is gonna work. Yeah. I've got 1 mount point. Could add some stupid structural crap though. Or I just tear this thing apart. This cockpit's probably mostly fine. Don't think it really matters which berth I use. It's just kind of interesting. We'll need something for different things I'm gonna want, I guess. Engineering bays, maybe. Probably gonna want a workshop. I don't remember what you can actually throw on these things. I wish there was a list of the stuff that these things provided, like right in here. I need a HAB list. I can see all-in-one has just the galley. Engineering bay just has a chest in it. Who cares? Alright, I want one of those. And then I guess I want a workshop. Infirmary is fine because that'll give me my research. Workshop is weapon, bench, suit, and industrial. I think that's all I need. Unless I want some sort of chest, I guess. What the hell's the point of a nav console? Okay, so a few things that we absolutely need. We need a reactor. So I guess this is the best reactor I've got available right now. What else do we need? Shields are an interesting game. We need Class A. It's just the SG 30s is all I got. How many shield generators can you have? Just one? Only one shield module. Okay. That actually makes life a little easier. Structural stuff. I guess we don't need to worry about that exactly right now. I guess I shouldn't have maybe blown up everything just yet. The Obliterator auto projector. Your weapons offend. So this is an EM weapon. Auto electron beams. What's the difference between the auto cannons and the cannons? They just fire a lot faster. All right, let's just get a whole bunch of auto projectors. I'll find a way to make it work. Is that gonna work? Maybe. And the landing bay. It's kind of interesting. Can I put this on the back? Or does it have to be a front facing one? Guess that's all it is. Need some cargo for sure. I like the idea of a couple of the storm axes, but they connect strangely. Maybe the caravel's good enough. I don't care about shielded stuff. I'm not actually going to be smuggling, so whatever. I kind of like the aesthetic of this more. One of these on the back. Yeah, okay. Now what else do I need? I'm pretty sure I don't have the money for any of this. Yeah. That's unfortunate. What is so expensive anyway? Is it all the guns? I guess so. Okay, let's start stacking this stuff together so I can actually see what the heck I'm gonna do with any of this. Should be able to put this below the cockpit. Or not? Why not? Yeah, guess that'll work. I do want pizza, but I can't afford the calories. I'm gonna be living the cabbage life, I think, tonight. Man, I don't even have engines. This thing's already a chonker. Thank you. Doing me a favor. Can I have multiples of these? Guess not. It's like the dumbest looking ship I've ever made in my life. All right. Maybe we can't have two. The ship is missing a docker. I guess that's true too. Oh, I can slap the comm spike on this thing. Figure that one out in a bit. Why can't I only accept weapons? What's the issue here? Little landing gear. I put that there because the engine's in the way? Is that why? This thing is so stupid. They were born on the same day? It's pretty wild, actually. This ship is too much of a chonker. Same day and year. That is suspicious. What are the chances? Wait, what did I just delete? Some side thing. Landing gear must be aligned with the landing bay. Okay. The ship exceeds the amount of money I have. Dick. Okay, so these landing gear must be in line with this thing. You do not recommend having parents of the same birthday? Why is that? This thing kind of looks like a turtle. It's annoying. Just like constant birthdays. Wait, this already has a comm spike on it. I guess that's gonna break the Docker. Yeah, okay. Your ship is too fat. Hey man, it's just festively plump. Wow, I see. Just make them like macaroni picture gifs. You know, like when you're a kid. Ship is low mobility. I think I'm okay with that though. And Mosaic's thing. They're really artsy friends. Art is very hard, yeah. I need more money. Which is life, I guess. I need some structural thing that I can shove on top of this. Why does this have to be here? Like, I don't get it. Do I need some sort of weapon mount point thing? I guess I do. Chonker ship. Chonker ship. It's a thing of beauty. Super slow. Ship has weapons that must be assigned to a group. How do I assign them to a group then? I'm sure it's lovely. It's just the engines that are so ridiculous, or what? Just get rid of a couple weapons. I don't really care about speed, to be honest. I do kind of care about this, though. Looks stupid. Have a good night, Ramir. Okay, but how do I add weapons to a group? Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Wait. Oh, I see. Okay. So I can decide what I want to attach them to in terms of this electricity crap. Which is good. So I need a little bit more money to do what I want. Okay, it's definitely not the cargo. I'm gonna keep the fuel stuff just because it's kind of annoying to have to bounce everywhere. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of a gun. Just accept my fate. My ship is super sluggish. Missing a weapon assignment. Reduce mass or add more engines. I'm gonna add more engines later. Okay, I don't care about this. This is good. Exit. Yes, accept. Oh boy, I'm broke. I don't know if that was a good decision, but
Yeah.
we'll sort something out.
Nothing like the smell of a dead shark.
All right, we have turned the frontier into a monstrosity. And that's okay.
Whenever I'm lost, I think, what would you do in my shoes? Not literally, I've got small.
All right, it's undocked. And, we should get rolling now.
Will carry the memory of your visit forever.
That was an almost instant jump because I haven't put my energy on anything useful.
Navigational feedback checks out. We're in the right place.
There, good enough. Wait, this ship moves super quick. What the hell is the game talking about?
All right, let's cycle that airlock and get aboard.
I'm gonna drop some stuff off. I can decorate my ship. Oh my god, screw that. I don't care at all. My inventory. I've got some resources to drop off. We can do that. This is just a pile of food for the most part. Cool. You should go to bed for sure. You're not missing anything with Starfield anyway.
Drank too much coffee last night.
6 o'clock. Starting to get hungry. Yeah, menu field, man.
It seems you had quite the eventful mission on your hands. You still have the Crimson Fleet's trust, and you were able to spare lives in the process.
Yep. Infiltrating that station without getting caught was quite tricky.
But you did so with an abundance of stealth and restraint. That's exactly what we're looking for in a SysDef operative.
Starting a firefight on SY-920 would have been an inappropriate course of action. We favored the quiet.
Why does she look high?
Excuse me, sir. I hate to interrupt, but there's still the matter of the comm spike to discuss.
Yes, of course, Lieutenant. Time is short, and we should get to the matter at hand. Please give me your report.
Delgado has Jasmine Durand working on the comm spike.
Then it's just a matter of time before she reverse engineers it to fit the fleet's purposes. So what does Delgado have you doing next? Has he solved the Bannock 4 problem?
He believes Generdyne's conduction grid in Neon is the key.
The conduction grid?
That's brilliant. But is it actually possible? It's 80-year-old tech. Sorry, sir. The conduction grid is how Neon generates its power. It essentially absorbs lightning strikes and converts it to usable energy. It would take a hell of an engineer to modify the technology to handle Bannock 4's EM field. An engineer, like Jasmine Durand.
If that's the case, inform our contacts on Neon that our operative will be touching down there in the near future.
Absolutely, sir.
And before you depart, I wanted you to know that your efforts are helping us gain interest among my superiors. They're finally beginning to believe that we can take down the Crimson Fleet and make amends for the UC's embarrassing mistake.
Sure. Oh, that means I'm getting a pay increase.
I'll see what I can do. You've certainly gone above and beyond the call of duty. All right. I suppose that's all for now. I'll be looking forward to your next report. Good luck. And please, be careful.
How nice. And I got more money. I have evidence for you.
Excellent. Let me have it.
This evidence is about Wanda. You should put her away for a long time.
Finally. We've been tracking the Jade Swan for almost a year, but Captain Dayus somehow remained one step ahead. Every time we've scanned that ship, it's come up empty. Well, she's not going to skate away this time. Nice work.
Yeah.
Have any more?
This recording about the comm spike shows the UC's got some internal issues going on.
Cost overruns, siphoning project funds? How deep does this well go? Our forensic accounting team is going to have their hands full. I'll send this to Mast right away. Let's just hope that a few rotten apples within the UC haven't spoiled the entire bunch. Any other fragments?
Nope. That's all I got.
Okay. Fine.
You really don't like talking about the past, do you?
You're not gonna let this go, are you? Why do you care so much about my past?
Hey, you're the one that implied you had something to tell me.
You're right. I did. I suppose I'm hesitating because I'm not sure you'll like what I have to say.
Used to be a pirate.
Would it shock you to learn that I spent some time in prison? I suppose that makes me a hypocrite.
Why does that make you a hypocrite?
Oh, come on. I haven't exactly been cordial about my feelings towards the Crimson Fleet's illegal activities.
Quite the opposite. Explains quite a lot.
Oh, does it now? Was I giving off some kind of ex-con sort of vibe? Well, give me a chance to explain. I grew up in the Well in New Atlantis. Parents made barely enough money to keep the lights on in our apartment. After I dropped out of school, they begged for me to look for work. But I realized it was a lot easier to simply take whatever I wanted instead. A year after that, I'm a career criminal with UC security breathing down my neck, and my parents kicking me out of the house.
You did what you had to do.
That's just it, though. I was having the time of my life, earning way more than I needed to simply get by and loving every minute of it. Back then, if you would have told me one day I'd be wearing this uniform, I'd have said you were out of your mind.
I bet UC Systev eventually recruited you for an undercover sting operation.
Very funny. And not even relatively close. Let's just say the years after my time in the Well were filled with highs and lows. Look, the point is that I felt you deserved to know a bit about my past. To know where my anger towards the fleet comes from.
Thanks for sharing this with me.
You're welcome. Well, I think you've had enough for now. You get the point. Let's get back to it before Keyboy writes us a citation for loitering.
Alright.
We'll be here if you need us.
You have permission to speak freely.
I wouldn't want to be there at mast when the commander has to explain taking the comms spike.
Oh, I should have just hit the cockpit. Hello, Starfield? Rest in peace. Perfect. I guess it was bound to happen. All right, I'm gonna be back in 1 second.
You're just saying that to take a shot at the FC, aren't you?
Okay, that took me a little longer to fix than I thought it was going to. I guess when I opened up my drink, it splattered all over my screen. It was really tilting.
Did you see that move Archangel pulled off?
How's the pirating business?
Pirating business is just fine.
All crew accounted for. We're ready to depart.
Clamps released.
Absolute power. Let's go. So what's the point of having more engines?
I will never get tired of that.
We're gonna do a quick scan for contraband. You can be on your way.
Go nuts, friends.
That's all we need. Enjoy Neon.
Actually, while we're down there, I'm gonna move the weapon group. Because honestly, that weapon group is awful. Maybe I sneezed on my monitor, one of the two.
Beginning landing.
Sick. One of you weirdos fix up my ship for me.
See that
Yeah.
shroud covering me on?
Sure, have at it.
Okay. So first of all, let us go into the builder. We'll go ahead and check the things. Yeah, we're gonna make that the auto projector. And then what I'm gonna do, oops, is I'm going to duplicate this. Gonna put at least 4. I guess there's no harm in me doing 6 other than I don't have a lot of money. Okay. That is fine. Yeah.
Looking at the only city
Living the dream.
systems that powers itself from lightning.
Welcome to Neon, baby. It's a pretty cool, whoops, thing. Oh my god. I guess my config changes didn't stick. I'll have to fix that later.
Looks like some sort of checkpoint ahead. It's probably... See that shroud covering me on? Believe it or not, you're looking at the only city in the settled systems that powers itself from lightning.
The second you step through.
All right, get up slowly and turn around. Try to run, and we open fire. So, what was the plan, Esha? Smuggle the Aurora into Kilo City or New Atlantis?
No, I just forgot I was carrying it.
Happy World Parrot Day. That's a detail I wasn't aware of. How's your Saturday, Mr. Riley?
We don't make the rules. That's Administrator Bayo's job. Now, shut up and start walking.
Move it. Let's go.
Well, with all signs pointing to the Astral Lounge, I suppose we should pay it a visit.
Just looking out for you.
What was the command? It was like save settings or something? think that's good enough. Hopefully. Party time.
Look, I ain't gonna stand around here all day, right? You want the stuff or not?
I'm still interested, but you're asking almost double to go.
Love the vibe in this city.
Balls from the sky.
Look, I've bought Aurora on the street before, and I've never paid this much.
Still cheaper than buying it at the Astor Lounge. Now, this is the last time I'm gonna ask. Then I'm walking away.
Well, I can see why what's her name likes this chick.
You looking to get zoned?
I'm looking for you.
Yeah. Well, if I had a credit for every time I heard that line, I wouldn't be stuck working in this place. So, I'm guessing you're the rook that Delgado sent. Well, let me save both of us some time.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty rough.
Fly back to the key and tell the big boss that I'm in no mood to screw around. We'll make this deal when he starts taking me seriously.
Who said no one's taking you seriously?
Come on, give me a break. You're not exactly a top dog over there at the key, now are you? Sending me a rook to handle a job this risky is a goddamn insult.
I'm getting pretty tired of being called a rook.
And I'm getting tired of the fleet not taking me seriously. I spent the last
It is a
3
bead.
months setting up this job, burned 2 contacts and a hell of a lot of credits. The whole time, I'm also keeping Bayou off our backs. That idiot even catches a whiff of money and he latches onto you like a damn leech.
The few times I've dealt with Benjamin Bayou in the past have been rather unpleasant, to say the least.
Hey, who the heck is that?
Benjamin Bayou, Neon's esteemed mayor, or administrator, or whatever the hell you want to call him. He's also the greediest bastard you'll ever meet. Got his fingers in everyone's business, and the muscle to back it up. The only reason I'm allowed to operate on Neon is because I pay well to keep my involvement off his radar. The last thing I need right now is an amateur like you getting me kicked off world.
It's really that rough? We both need to do what we're told.
Yep, just like a couple of Model A's. Program us, point us in the right direction, and watch us go. I don't have a ton of time to stand here and screw around, so I'm gonna make this as clear as possible. You want the conduction grid tech, then you're gonna have to download it from the power core of Generdyne's facility in the underbelly.
Sounds easy enough.
Love the confidence. But before you pull the ripcord, I'm afraid I need to add a bit of a wrinkle. While you're inside Generdyne, I need you to plant a virus into their system. It's a simple side job that'll earn you some credits. I think you can handle it.
I remember seeing some byline about Night Rain proving the AAA studios have lost touch completely. Not sure how I feel about that idea, but you know, some people are definitely feeling a little disenfranchised these days. All right, I'm always interested in making extra money.
Well, well, look at you. You're smarter than I thought. Generdyne has all sorts of tasty, valuable snacks in their databanks, and I want access. Here, take this microdrive and access the computer in Brayson Bayou's office. It'll do the rest on its own.
It's just overtuned? I'll be on my way then.
And I suppose you're gonna head down to Generdyne and kick down the door? Wow.
Just mosey on
so
in.
Simple. I can't believe I didn't think of that myself. Generdyne's got their place locked down tight. But, as usual, the weak link comes from the people that work there. I recommend you start with Ayumi Komiko, an upper-level exec at Generdyne. Get your hands on her security pass, and you'll have the run of the place.
There's got to be a catch.
The catch is that Komiko's having a little fling with Benjamin Bayou. Anyway, you can find Komiko at Euphorica. Talk to the owner of the place, Micah. She'll point you in the right direction. As for dealing with Komiko herself, she's got an office in the trade tower if you're looking for something incriminating. The rest is up to you, Rook. When you're done, come meet me at the VIP booth in the Astral Lounge so we can celebrate.
Can you tell me anything useful about Generdyne?
Not much to tell, really. Thanks to their nifty little conduction grid, they're able to provide power for the entirety of Neon. Damn thing was supposed to be some kind of miracle invention, turning lightning into usable electricity. Neat trick, right? Only catch is that you need a planet like Voli, where lightning strikes often enough to make it feasible. Guess how many of those exist? Ding! If you said 0, you're absolutely correct. So Generdyne has been in dire financial straits for years.
I'm amazed it's still around.
You're not the only one. The only reason they haven't folded is because they charge exorbitant fees for power. I'm talking 2 or 3 times what it costs in New Atlantis. Okay, now, on to round 2 of our little game. Guess who has a major stake in Generdyne and soaks up all that delicious profit?
Ryujin Corporation.
Ooh, not even close. The answer you were looking for isn't another
It's Bayou.
corporation. It's a person. It's good old Benny Bayou. That son of a bitch has a finger in every single pie in the sorry excuse for a city. Generdyne's no different. All off the books, of course. How the hell do you think Brayson Bayou got the job down there? It wasn't because of his good looks or smarts, I can promise you that.
What's Bryson Bay's story?
Nepotism gets him the job at Generdyne as their chief technician, yet the guy doesn't know the first thing about electrical engineering. They obviously invented the position just to give the moron a salary. One of the many poorly kept secrets in Neon. Frankly, I think he's such a screw-up. Benjamin Bayou stuck his ass in that facility under the city to keep him out of the limelight.
Anything I need to know about Ayumi?
Businesswoman. Tough as hull plating. She's the COO at Generdyne, and I can assure you she didn't get there with her winning smile. As for her relationships, well, that's a bit more complicated. Publicly, she's having a bit of a fling with Benjamin Bayou. But rumor has it that she's just using Bayou and having a little bit of fun on the side with Micah, the owner of Euphorica. If I were you, I wouldn't bother trying to appeal to her good nature. She's a manipulative person who uses people to get what she wants.
Okay.
Watch your step. Benjamin Bayou has eyes everywhere.
I have guns everywhere. So From Software's first stumble.
Whoa.
I wonder.
Out of town, buddy. I'm gonna do you a favor. Head back to Bayou Plaza before the disciples get you.
I appreciate the warning.
We gotta look out for each other, right? Us crate rats used to think the Ebside strikers were awful, with all the muggings and shakedowns, but now that they're on the ropes, kinda wish they weren't just holed up in Madame Sauvage's. Streets are getting bad. Real bad.
I might check these guys out.
Well, you'll find them at Madame Sauvage's. They're always holding auditions, as they call it. Looking for new blood. So, for being so helpful, chance for a donation. Come on, might be saving my life. What with the disciples and all. Have a heart.
I knew you had an angle. Not this time.
Can't blame a fellow for trying, right?
I don't have enough money for that crap. Welcome to Neon, baby. It's like a tiny little cyberpunk within Starfield.
I heard there's shortages over at Reliant Medical. Not great. Doc Manning better get his act together.
Not great. Do I want to break into this chick's place first and then go from there? I have mastered the skill. Still haven't mastered persuasion, apparently.
If Benjamin Bayou's ego...
You know what, let's
he'd be able to provide enough fuel to power every ship in the settled systems.
just go via direct. We'll try to actually talk our way through this instead of finding leverage.
Okay, let's settle this once and for all.
Welcome. Please, make yourself comfortable. I can offer you a drink, or perhaps you're here seeking access to our members' lounge, where you can enjoy your Aurora experience in peace.
Why not both?
See, you just proved my point. Down your third velocity, and you're out cold.
I'm looking for a Yumi.
No, no, not this again. You people should leave her alone. What do you want with her?
Where the hell did Micah learn to mix a drink like that anyway?
I have some documents for her to sign.
Yeah, sure. Tell me another one. You debt collectors are low-life assholes. She's broke, okay? Now get out of my club before I get really pissed off and have you thrown into the street.
No, really? I'd like to see you try.
I'm no debt collector. I'm from the Crimson Fleet.
The Crimson Fleet? Oh my, I'm sorry. I had
It's
no
true.
idea.
Or she has strong friends.
Didn't mean anything by it,
Well,
really.
friends with
Sorry, I just...
deep pockets, anyway.
Well, I worry.
I was Life Guardian.
Ayumi owes a lot of money around town. I'm trying to help her out. But, you know, I have a business to keep afloat. If you want to talk to her, you can find her in the members' lounge. Of course, access to the lounge is going to cost you. And I'm not changing my mind about that.
Ugh. Fine.
Excellent. Then here is your access key. Please let us know.
The sky! You're out in the open! It's not a ceiling fan or the popcorn kernel of, you know, standard 80s housing. Alright.
May all your journeys be safe.
My god, I don't have the money for this. Let's see the sky from the window. I can too. It's kind of overcast. Kind of a gloomy day weather-wise, for sure.
If you require any Aurora to enhance your experience, you let me know.
Syndicate? Oh my god. Just pickpocket from these nerds or something.
Yeah. What do you want?
I need a way into the Generdyne power facility.
You must be zoned out of your mind, because there's no way anyone sober would say something like that.
Would it help if I said I'd be willing to pay?
You're serious? Okay, then let me ask you a question, genius. Do you really think I'd risk my position as COO of Generdyne for a few credits? I don't think so.
No, I've played through the main story quest once, but basically I'm starting over right now to get to the DLC, and then we'll do the Watchtower mod as well. The Crimson Fleet's asking, not me.
The Crimson Fleet, huh? This is interesting. So tell me, what does Delgado need with my Pastor Generdyne?
Can we come to some kind of financial agreement or arrangement?
No, no, no. You don't just waltz in here and throw the Crimson Fleet onto
The Watchtower mod is probably the first substantial paid mod. And since I made the mistake of buying the special Omega edition of Starfield when it launched, I had some credits to burn, so we're going to give it a go. I'm after the conduction grid tech.
So,
me get this straight. You want me to sneak you into Generdyne so you can steal the only profitable piece of technology the company's come up with in decades. If you expect me to take a risk like that, then it's going to cost you some major credits.
Since when do you care about taking risks?
Do you have any idea what Benjamin Bayou would do to me if he found out we were even having this conversation? If I'm going to let you into Generdyne, I need a backup plan. Namely, money to get off-world fast. You
You're
understand?
getting
what I'm saying?
railroaded? I don't have to pay you a single credit.
Yes, you do. Short of taking it off my dead body, which would never happen thanks to my Syoga buddies here. You don't pay, you don't get the pass.
Ugh. I don't have that kind of money right now.
Then you better go find some, because this pass isn't going to come cheap.
I am very disappointed I can't just talk her out of it or something. Alright. Let's go do it the annoying way. Can't believe I spent 5,000. Life is pain, I guess. Alright, let's go and get some leverage.
I've heard that Benjamin Bayou has a private...
Wait, am I literally just walking into this place?
penthouse at the top of the tower. The view from up there must be breathtaking.
What's the Red Mile?
Yeah, what? Is this important? I'm really busy right now. Let me save you some time. If you're here for a job, we're not hiring. If you're here about the conduction grid tour, we shut it down a year ago.
A tour would have been nice.
Well, like I said, it's shut down. Had to cut the entire tour staff too. Look, I'm sorry if I'm blowing up at you, but I've got a ton of problems and no time to deal with them all. I'm afraid that things aren't going terribly well around here.
If you don't mind talking about it, I'm willing to listen.
I don't care if I'm allowed to or not. I'm happy to get this off my chest. The conduction grid went online almost 75 years ago. And since then, we haven't developed a single...
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
At this point, the money we're taking in as a power utility barely covers the waste that's going on in the research and development division.
Sounds like you need a new person in charge of R&D.
You'd think that, right? The problem is that Brayson Bayou, Administrator Bayou's brother, is currently heading up the R&D division. I swear to you, the man doesn't know the first thing about power systems or electromagnetic technology.
So you don't have much of a choice.
None whatsoever. Look,
I had one crash today.
no one above me seems to care what's going on, but I'm willing to take a chance. I have a full report on Brayson that I want to send to Administrator Bayou, but I don't know if he can be trusted. What do you think I should do?
Administrator Bayou is a dangerous man. Bury that report.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I've heard Bayou's killed people for doing less. The hell was I even thinking? Hey, look. Thanks for helping me out with this. It's been on my mind for a long time. If there's anything else you need, any questions at all, feel free to ask.
No problem, bruh. Mind if I ask you some questions about Ayumi?
As long as it doesn't get me into serious trouble. Ask away.
Oh, I crashed when I switched between the Vanguard capital ship and my ship. Do you suspect that she's doing anything illegal?
Whoa. Okay, that's crossing the line. I can't discuss company matters like this.
Nobody will ever know you told me. I promise.
I hope I can trust you. Okay, listen. You didn't hear this from me, but I know she's up to something with Benjamin Bayou. He was in her office a few weeks ago, and they had some kind of shouting match. It got really heated until Bayou stormed out the door. I don't know what it was about, but I happen to know Miss Komiko keeps audio recordings of all her meetings in her safe. And before you ask, yes, I'll unlock it for you. Just don't tell anyone I helped, okay?
If you're so nervous about being involved, why are you allowing me into her safe?
Because I'm sick and tired of the corruption that's running through this city. People around here spend half their lives terrified about being backstabbed, and spend the rest of it planning on how they're going to screw over someone else.
Huh.
Something rotten is going on in this company, and one day, I hope to find out what it is.
That's all I wanted to ask for now.
Sure, no problem. It was great speaking with you.
Easy peasy. Oh, good.
Word is the Borealis, you know, DJ? Well, she's moping around because she lost something important.
Isn't yours.
Return it immediately. You're under arrest. No sudden moves.
Just save scum it. That was ridiculous.
If you want to talk, you'll have to schedule an appointment.
Oops, indeed. What did I just activate? Oh, you can close the blinds that way. Amazing. Abid lives! Coco wants to ask you why you're rigging the game votes. Okay. Security reminder. Perfect.
Make sure you check
You
every
didn't?
entry. There might be some embedded data we could use to our advantage.
Oh god, I forgot to put in something about the community challenge. Oh well, I'll do it next time.
Are you supposed to be here?
I think you can pin something to Coco.
Don't talk. I've got a deadline coming up.
Unless there already is a pin there. I didn't look.
Things are looking at Genodyne. Time to polish up my resume.
Genodyne Industries welcomes you to our corporate office.
Did you know that your CEO, Mr. Harada, is actually Administrator Bayou?
What? Oh my god. Funny thing is, when you think about it, it actually makes perfect sense. I've never actually met Mr. Harada. I haven't even seen a picture of the man. I've only communicated with him via messages. So that means Bayou has a controlling stake in Genodyne already. And he's soaking up a corporate salary to boot. Pure genius. Well, this certainly puts a different spin on things. I'll just keep my head down for now and my mouth shut about praising Bayou. Thanks for taking the time to talk.
Just here to help this guy out. Can't pin the message on mobile. Life is sadness.
Security's got its eyes on Saburo Okadigbo.
Can't believe I paid $5K to get in there. I should have just picked my way in.
Haven't seen a leech in a while.
Bring back the money for the pass. Or are you continuing to waste my time?
Reduce your price to 0, or this evidence ends up on SSNN.
How the hell did you find that? It was Estelle Vincent, wasn't it? That bitch. I knew I should have kept that somewhere else. Here, take this pass. It should get you through the storage room entry to the facility. I'm warning you though. Once you're inside, you're trespassing in a high security zone. That means they shoot on sight. Good luck. You're going to need it.
Is there something personal going on between you and Benjamin Bayou?
I suppose if I don't explain, a copy of that recording you found might end up on the next SSNN report. Okay, fair enough. A few years back, the previous CEO of Generdyne went missing. As the COO, I was next in line for the job. Instead, Bayou muscled his way into the company and gave me an ultimatum. Either back up his bullshit Mr. Harada identity, or I'm gone. I had no choice. But I decided right then and there, I was going to do whatever I could to take what was rightfully mine. If that meant seducing Bayou to tip him off balance, then so be it. Luckily for me, Mike has been incredibly understanding about the whole thing.
It's nice to have someone like that by your side.
Micah is the only person in this godforsaken city that's kept me from going completely under. She doesn't want money, doesn't use me for influence or as a stepping stone to get ahead. She loves me for being me, and I love her for being the same. And when this stupid bullshit is over, and Bayou is 10 fathoms deep under Neon, we'll be there for each other. Forever.
So sweet.
If you get caught in Generdyne, that's on you. Good luck.
There's
No
something I
problem.
need to talk to you about.
If you wish to relax with some
There's something
Aurora,
I need to
I
talk
have
to you
plenty
about.
available.
I got lucky with that one.
Thanks for taking time to chat. I really need a friendly ear right about now. I received a message from Constellation, and it's given me a lot.
Somebody die. If it's an emergency of some kind, we can head there right away.
No, it's nothing like that.
Did,
It's just
what's her
a
name
list
blow
of
up?
requests. Things I would normally handle if I was there. But I'm not. I'm out here instead with you.
You feel like you're ignoring your responsibilities.
Something like that. It's difficult to explain. Before I joined Constellation, I served for 8 years as the head of the Navigator Corps, until the UC decided to axe the department.
Must have been painful, considering that was your department.
Yeah, I suppose painful is an appropriate way to put it. You see, the top brass demanded press-worthy discoveries to justify the spending, and money was tight after the war. Shutdown was inevitable. At the end of the day, I was in charge, so the blame obviously fell on my shoulders.
You were clearly fighting some impossible odds.
Yeah? You once told me that you found the journey boring, so I don't expect you to fully understand what I'm saying. I failed, because I was more concerned about exploring the stars than pushing a pencil. Because of my lack of foresight, all I ended up with was a shattered division and a bunch of excuses.
Nonsense. No one would have pushed harder than you.
That's just it, though. Did I push too hard? Did they shut us down because I wasn't quietly sitting at my desk approving meaningless memos? We'll never know.
At least Constellation has been a great success.
Well, that brings us to this message now, doesn't it?
Jeez. Right up in there.
Whatever you want. My drive, my initiative, my optimism. It's been my greatest strength and my worst nightmare. It elevates me to these positions of authority, but all I want to do is explore, not sit and make sure all the accounts are balanced.
You're afraid that your absence will cause Constellation to collapse.
Yes, exactly. If it's obvious to you, imagine how obvious it is to someone like Barrett or Mateo. Oh, they must be itching to replace me by now. God damn it.
Do we really need to be up there? Don't worry, Sarah. We'll figure this out together.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Oh, here you are trying to help me and I'm yelling at you. You have to understand. Once Aja retired, I lost the only person that gave a damn.
Ouch. And right to my face, too.
You'd think I'd realize by now that I can always depend on you to lighten the mood. Wow, that was a hell of a ride, wasn't it? Oh, I'm sorry to put you through all that. But thank you for being there and listening. It helped. It really did.
Perfect. I'm a good listener.
Those chimeras really pack a punch.
Hey, get that back!
Damn it!
You're on your own.
Whatever. It's 7 o'clock. I'm hungry. I'm gonna grab something to eat, and we'll see what happens tonight. Take care of yourselves, everybody, and thanks for hanging out. See you around. Bus stuff is the best.
It's true.
There's still people in there.
Skate our way down. Skate or die.